Hi, my name is Keith, a technician with USA Clean for over 11 years, and this is the X18WD Wet Dry Vac. Now in this video series, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to keep your machine running at peak performance, and it's also going to help you minimize the cost and need of sending a service technician. So you have a not working vac motor and we got to replace it. First step, unclamp the vac motor housing and pull that up. Make sure you've got plenty of room to do this as well. Take that, just set this over here. So next step, we need to remove the top part of the housing from the bottom part of the housing. The way to do that is take out these 5 Phillips head screws. Now we've already loosened them up, so all I got to do is come in and pull them out just like this. Make sure you've got the top part of the housing held tight along with the bottom part, and then take it and rotate it, set it up just like that. Okay, now separate the top part of the housing from the bottom part. Just lifts off like that. We can set that off over to the side here. Now we've got a few more things to take apart to actually get to the vac motor. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the next step, we need to remove the wires, the vac motor wires, from the switch, and we're going to need to unplug the ground wire. Now we need to clip off the zip tie. Get rid of that. And now we need to remove it from the switch. So to make this a little easier, the switch, these butt connectors, they have little tabs on them, so you can't just pull that butt connector off of there. So get yourself a pair of needle nose pliers and press in this tab. And then remove the butt connector from the switch. Just like that. Now let's remove the ground wire. Just grab it like that, pull that apart. Get your wires out of the way here. So now what we need to do is remove the upper motor cover. Now in order to do that, take the 4 Phillips head screws. There's 2 on this back side and there's these 2 right here. We're going to take those out. Now that we have the 4 screws removed, we can remove the top vac cover. Take that off like that, just lift it up and feed your power wires and your ground wire through this little bitty hole that they're in. Set that off to the side. Now we can remove the motor mounting cover right here. So right behind your power cord, there's a Phillips head screw there. And then right here on the other side of the vac motor, there's a Phillips head screw there. We're going to take those out. Okay. And now what we can do, grab your wires to your vac motor and just lift the cover right off. You can set that down and over to the side. Okay, now we can remove the motor mounting plate. Just lift up on the plate like that. Again, feed your wires through the center there, and that exposes your vac motor. At this point, you can just lift up on the vac motor like this, replace it if need be. Now this is a brand new one, so we don't need to replace this one. Now we have 2 gaskets. You can see there's a bottom lower gasket like that. If it's damaged or worn out, you can replace it right then and there. And we also have a upper gasket on top of the vac motor right here. If this is damaged in any way, you'll lose suction or it's worn out, and you can get the new one and you can replace it just like that. Now that you've got your new vac motor, easiest way to do this, we're going to put it back together. Put your bottom gasket on first, and then put that back down inside the housing. Make sure it's seated in there right. And then take your top gasket and put your top gasket back on. Feed your wires through. Get them over the carbon brushes. Make sure that's down there right. Now we're going to take your plate and put your plate back on. Feed your wires through again. Okay. Make sure your plate is lined up. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is put your top cover back on. Again, feed your wires through the center. Okay, now what we need to do is we're going to screw this top cover back on. Put your smaller screw right there in the front, and then your longer screw goes in the back. Now we can take your motor cover and put that back on. Now remember, this one you got to feed your wires up through this little small hole right here. You probably do 2 at a time, 1 at a time. Then we could take the 4 longer screws that we have and screw this back down. Now what you want to do is make sure that everything is tight, just not over tightened, because it is plastic. Now we're going to take and we're going to plug our back motor in. Plug your ground wire back in. Now we can take power switches and plug them back in to our on-off switch. So at this point, we can put the vac head cover back on. Now what I do want to say is, remember the zip tie we cut earlier? Go ahead and zip tie your wires back together. So the easiest way to put this cover back on is take your switch and put it onto the cover first and push it up in there and make sure it's secure. Line it up with your power cord and your switch and just push it back down on there. See, there it is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hold the top and grab the bottom and flip it back like that. Last but not least, all we have to do is put in the 5 Phillips head screws that we took out to remove the vac motor and just tighten them down. And you're done. You just replaced your vac motor. Once again, my name is Keith. For all the parts listed in today's video and thousands of diagrams and how-to repair guides, be sure to click the link in the description below or visit us on the web at usaclean.com. Now, if you liked what you watched, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe for future videos. Stay safe and thanks for watching.